this Wednesday morning, September 24th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. We have a jam-packed 2 hours to get through, so let's run down what we have brewing for you today.
All right, get ready for a night in Tuscany. This morning, we're getting a closer look at the annual Heroes Ball Gala. We're going to sit down with representatives from the cancer support community at Gilda's Club to preview their upcoming night of music, dancing, and auction prizes. And of course, it's all to support local families impacted by cancer.
Great organization. Then get ready for a rock show like no other as violins take center stage this weekend in Canandaigua. The Femmes of Rock are bringing their high energy to the stage, performing everything from Queen to Metallica on violins. We're going to sit down with one of the members who is a Western New York native to learn more.
And then later on, we all have one thing at home that drives us a little bit crazy, but could it actually be doing more damage than you realize? We're going to talk about the findings from a new relationship study coming up in this morning's Trending Now.
But before all of that, let's check in with meteorologist Marty Snyder with a first look at the forecast. We've got some showers moving in, Marty.
That's it. Yeah, we're going to see some of those by the end of the day today, especially. And it's a story where between now and then, I think the cloud cover is going to hold on pretty well. May see a couple little breaks and thin spots. There have been a couple thin spots. And even you notice that little bit of haziness is out there. There is a little bit of fog that has tried to form across the area. Not too bad for temperatures. We're seeing a lot of areas begin to rise up through the 60s right now. A lot of lower 60s out there. We'll get up to about 71 at noon. Again, quite a few clouds for a lot of the day. As we head deeper into the day, I think it may be a story where that risk of a shower or two begins to increase. Some areas may go straight through the day and not see a drop of rain, but it's towards the end of the day and especially into the evening and overnight. Risk of rain does gradually increase through that whole window of time, and even into tomorrow, at least a couple scattered showers, especially during the afternoon. Then after that, we quiet things down. We start to dry out again. Temperatures mainly in the 70s for a lot of these highs. Keep in mind, average high is about 71, and we'll be at or slightly above that for many of these upcoming days. Weekend actually looking pretty nice at this point. A lot of temperatures in the 70s with at least some sunshine. Try to hold on during that time frame.
Yeah, plenty of sunshine as we head into the weekend. That's what we look forward to.
And you know what? Thursday is going to be great too. You know, that rain, much needed.
Yes.
And, you know, I feel like it'll kind of just gently, you know, bring us into the
Carry us into the weekend.
Absolutely.
We will
need
take
that.
it. Thank you, sir.
We'll not get through Thursday afternoon without a nap with that rain coming in. That's going to be tough for me.
We like it.
Yeah.
We like it. Thanks again.
Sure.
8:02 this morning, we are following some breaking news out of Macedon at this hour. A large first responder presence around Hance Road in Route 31F.
Yeah, Chris Lopez is live there this morning at that scene where first responders are. Chris, it's been a little chaotic all morning long. Give us an update on what you've seen.
Yeah, within the past 5 minutes now, there has been a flatbed truck that pulled up to that pond over there. First responders have blocked that off, so we can't see any further. But we've been here now for 3 or 4 hours. Visibility here, if they are pulling a flatbed truck, they may be pulling a vehicle out of the pond. And I do want to mention that driving here this morning, probably at about 5 o'clock this morning, visibility was almost reduced to nothing when you were driving here. I almost hit a deer along the way because visibility was I could only see 10 feet in front of me just because of how hazy it was out here. So if there is a car that's in there and that's what that flatbed is pulling out, that may be a factor in why that car is in there. And like you guys said, there's a large first responder presence. There's Macedon Town Ambulance. There's Wayne County Sheriff. I've seen the recovery unit here. I've seen a few of the first responders in scuba gear earlier. And like I said, the investigation seems to be around that pond. And that pond is near or behind a recycling center called Alco Recycling. Beyond that, this whole road is just filled with homes, and they've been letting people come through probably about an hour or two ago if they had business here, like going home or going to one of the businesses up here. But as for updates, that's the latest that we have for you, is that flatbed truck now pulling up within the last 5 minutes or so. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Chris Lopez out there for us on the scene. We will continue to follow this. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate the update.
Time right now is 8:05. Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, some stories that have piqued our interest this Wednesday morning.
Hey, and don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
Time right now is 8:08. It's time for Off the Top. Stories that have piqued our interest this Wednesday morning. I will start things off today. This story originally shared by the BBC network. And one woman is soon going to be singing the Jailhouse Rock for at least 4 years, possibly even longer. Prosecutors say she tried to fraudulently buy the estate of the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Yeah, so this lady, her name is Lisa Janine Findley of Missouri. She pleaded guilty to felony mail fraud related to the iconic Graceland. You know the saying, fake it till you make it, right? Well, that's exactly what this lady almost did. After hearing all of the measures that she went to try to get this sale to go through, it makes me think that she really convinced herself that this was a legitimate sale. Okay, so prosecutors say this woman built an entire real estate empire. All of the things you would need to close on a house, she took care of it. If you've ever tried to buy a home, you know just how much of a pain it really all is. There's so much stinking paperwork. So this lady really committed fake companies, paperwork loans, even a fake signature of his late daughter, Lisa Marie. Now, she originally inherited the property, but you probably remember she died in 2023. Last year, a company known as Nisani Investments reached out and said that before she died, she took out a loan but used the Graceland property as collateral. They go on to say that they never received a payment, so it was time to pay up. But it was all a lie. The Presley estate said this loan was fake. It took a little bit of digging, but it turns out they were right. And this wasn't just done halfway. She had aliases. She acted as her own lender. She threatened to foreclose on the property and then began the process to auction off the compound, unless a claim of $2.8 million was filed. I don't know if she used like different phone numbers or fake voices or even disguises, but she really filled in for every role. She filed fake creditors' claims in California, fake loan documents in Tennessee, and even published an auction notice in the local newspaper. Like, people wouldn't realize that this property is listed under auctions, and it was Graceland. An investigation was obviously launched, and Findlay ended up pleading guilty to the entire scheme. The property still in possession of Lisa Marie's daughter, who pushed hard for this investigation to actually be launched.
That is wild.
It's a lot of time on your hands.
A lot of time on your hands. So you really must. You're not working with a full carton of eggs. Because you're not. Because if you really think you're going to be able to pull the wool over that many people's eyes, then you got another thing coming.
Yeah. And, you know, I've really tried to look into this story a little bit more, like I said, courtesy of the BBC. But not a lot of people have talked about it. And I'm like, it's insane. Like, and again, the fact that she was so confident in her abilities and she's like, yes, this is mine. I'm going to be buying this.
Can you see? I just have a vision in my head of her sitting in the office doing all of the voices on one phone call.
Yeah.
You know, this is the real estate agent.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll be here all week. That's crazy.
I know.
Isn't there currently some sort of, on top of this, to add another layer, isn't Lisa Marie's daughter, like, arguing with her grandmother?
Oh, I have no
Over
idea.
something?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I might have seen it on a tabloid at the grocery store. Just saying. Next to Bat Boy, so it could totally be made up.
This is true.
Totally made up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
How long is she getting?
It said at least 4 years. 4 years or more, I think, might have been the phrasing.
Jailhouse Rock, you said it. All right, let's move along to mine. If it feels like everyone has road rage these days, that's because they probably do. A new study from AAA found that 96% of drivers admit to aggressive behaviors behind the wheel. We're going to pull up a graphic here with some key figures to show you on the screen. You see them right there. We are talking speeding, tailgating. No, keep going the other direction. There you go. Cutting off other vehicles, even honking out of anger. And about 11% confessed to violent actions, like intentionally bumping another car or confronting a driver face to face. No, thank you. No. Not doing that. Just not doing that. The study also shows aggressive driving is contagious.
I believe that.
The more hostility you experience on the road, the more likely you are to drive that way yourself. So if you, it's like energy, you're passing it off.
Yeah, I get that.
If you're an aggressive driver and I see you, I'm going to become an aggressive driver.
If somebody honks at me, it ruins like a good portion of my day.
Does it?
It does. Yeah. Not a fan.
No?
No, hate it.
I say Hakuna Matata. The type of vehicle you drive actually can also play a role in this. Drivers in sports cars, big trucks, and motorcycles are more likely to be perceived and to feel more aggressive or dominant.
All right, real quick. Going off of that, for motorcycles, I know a lot of the time they'll rev the engine and people interpret that as road rage. It's really to let people know that they're there.
Yep.
People listen to their music pretty loud, people are distracted, and, there's a lot going on in the car. A lot of the time they do that is like, hey, I'm here behind you.
Yeah.
And people see that as,
Yeah.
oh, he's being aggressive, he wants to fight.
Yeah.
Or she.
Not
say
the
it.
case.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Not the case. AAA compared this year's results to the 2016 study. This here on your screen is exactly what they found. Cutting off other vehicles is up 67%. Honking, that's up 47%. Not all the trends, though, are bad. Tailgating is down 24%. That's good. And yelling at other drivers is down 17%. Also pretty good. AAA says good road etiquette can be a protective factor. Using turn signals. Oh, I hate it when people don't. Letting people merge. Just let them merge. And even a simple wave can help lower the temperature on the road.
Yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when people, they need to get around you. They got to get there way before you do, and you both end up at the same stoplight. Like, come on.
I know.
Leave your house a little earlier, darn it.
Yeah.
I don't have road rage at all.
Okay.
Their advice, if you meet an aggressive driver, stay calm. Don't make eye contact. Give them space. And if you feel unsafe, call 911 or pull into a public place. Now, road rage is real. As we've heard, it can be very dangerous, and it impacts nearly everyone on the road. But at the end of the day, your car already weighs 2 tons. It doesn't need your temper added on top of it. And let's be honest, yelling at your steering wheel is still safer than yelling at another driver.
Yeah.
I do that constantly.
At your steering wheel?
Yep.
Yeah. I try so hard not to have road rage. The only time I get very, very angry is when people are being unsafe around me. If they're texting and they're swerving into my lane, that is like next level angry. I get so mad, and I will I will speed up to get around them in that case.
I will call the authorities when I do.
Yeah?
When I see people do, absolutely. You're not, because, sorry, I'm not letting you get away with putting someone else's lives at risk.
Yeah.
Especially if you have somebody else in the vehicle and you feel the need to be checking your Facebook posts.
Yeah.
Rather than.
And you never know what's going on inside somebody else's
No.
car. I had somebody honk at me the other day. I was driving my cat Dexter to the vet. And Dexter gets very, very car sick. And I had the opportunity to make a right on red. There were other cars coming. If I had, really stepped on the gas and gone for it, I probably would have made it. But it would have thrown the cat everywhere.
Yeah.
And this guy was behind me honking. And I'm like, listen, buddy.
Yeah.
You don't have to go right on red.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
No, you got to beat everyone else. You have to win the road game.
Yeah. And then he was behind me for ever. And I'm like, this is on you. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you. Go around.
Yep. You don't want to be around me? Pass.
Yeah.
Go for
I
it.
have a sick cat in the car. Leave me alone.
He'll throw up on you.
He will. And bite you.
And bite you. Hey, don't go anywhere, because when we come back here on Arc Rochester, it's weather trivia time.
Yeah. Mark McLean will be here after the break. 2020. Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean is joining us now. We're getting a look at today's humidity and future showers. We also have weather trivia to do.
Yeah, lots of atmospheric moisture content. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Right? 8 years ago, it was actually a little bit more humid than this.
Oh.
We're going to talk about that for the trivia today. It's a kind of a throwback. In the next hour, we've got a little video. It was pretty interesting.
So this was 2017?
2017, yeah, September of 17. And it was early fall, of course, and we had a stretch of hot early fall weather. How many days in a row reached 90 degrees or higher?
Late September 2017, Rochester had a stretch of hot.
He's got to read it
weather.
again.
How many days in a row did it reach 90?
2, 4, 6,
Ooh.
or 8 days in a row.
I've got it.
Were you here at that point?
I was not.
No.
Where were you?
Were you in Western New York?
Elmira.
Oh, okay. So it would have been hot there too. I mean, probably not as hot as it was in Rochester. Not quite as hot down there, but
I was at Brockport.
no, yeah, you.
No, Syracuse? I don't know. I was in the area.
17. So
Yep.
yeah, it was a hot stretch that we had, you know.
Is that around the same time as
I
that
do remember.
eclipse?
Oh,
There was that
there
that
was.
eclipse.
Yep.
That was April.
Oh, it was April?
Yeah. So that we weren't
Yep.
outside necessarily for that one, but yeah, interesting stuff. I remember it well, and you're going to see an interesting little video of us having a little fun with it too.
Yeah?
Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour.
You had hair then?
No, that goes way back.
Like a chia pet.
Yeah, they still
Frozen
had
sunshine.
they still had picture cameras. You still had to have, you know.
Oh, yeah?
I love a
Film?
good picture camera.
yeah.
Picture cameras.
Yeah. Film,
Oh, boy.
not smartphones,
No.
dumb cameras.
Yeah.
I like a camera. I really do.
All right, let's talk about the weather. It was a cool trend for most of September, but that cool trend has faded the last few days. We've actually had 3 straight days now with above normal temperatures, and it looks like that trend's going to continue for us with fall struggling to break in. Look at this. The temperature trend, even into next week, is going to stay well above normal for most of the lower 48. This pattern is really kind of locking in. But speaking of that, low temperature this morning, our typical low is around 50. So look at Brockport. That sensor is actually at SUNY Brockport. It's 60 there for the low this morning, 62 in Dansville, and 58 in Wolcott. So that is a mild start. And what that mild air does, mild air can hold a lot more water vapor. And this time of the year with the longer nights, it's really easy to get that vapor to condense at the surface, and that leads to fog. So as the temperature drops, it drops down to the dew point. You get fog. This is the current visibility. A lot of these are at airport sensors. 0 visibility, Williamson-Sodus. It's 0.8 miles in Syracuse. Penn Yan, the airport there, close to 0 visibility. And Rochester, it's an 8-mile visibility. So, you know, it depends on where you are, but your start this morning is a lot different compared to necessarily where we are at the city. It's 60. There's not a lot of wind out there, and the cloud height's at about 9,000 feet. So that's pretty low. Also, now the clouds will continue to lower because we've got some rain on the way, and that rain is just to our southwest. It's drifting through Ohio into parts of Pennsylvania. Eventually, it'll arrive in western New York as we go through the course of the late afternoon and evening tonight. There it is. Still mainly dry at 4 o'clock with an isolated shower, but some of that rain starts to fill in pretty nicely during the late evening and early overnight hours. Another chance as we head into tomorrow. Looks like that chance is going to fade away by lunchtime tomorrow or the early afternoon. But planning forecast has low to mid 70s and still that humid feel to the forecast overnight tonight. Don't be surprised to see a little fog around, some occasional showers. It's a damp night, 63 for the low. And again, compare that to the normal at the bottom of the screen. The extended forecast for us is back to dry weather and back to sunshine, just about as far as the eye can see heading into next week. It may be quite a while before we have another chance for rainfall after today and tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just one of these weird patterns that's just locking in.
That stretch does look really exceptional.
Yes.
And if you have the outdoor projects, I saw, I saw a couple of people staining decks and painting wood siding. I said it was ideal for that. You know, this last dry stretch we had 15 straight days in a row without rainfall.
Yeah.
You know, that's perfect. So
That happened at my house. Did you walk past my house and see that?
did you guys paint?
We did.
Oh, you painted, yeah, but earlier, not during
We had
this-
to finish.
Oh, you
We
had to
other
finish
stuff.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we had stuff to finish, you know.
You looking for some scrutiny on the paint job? Is that?
No, she was looking for assistance.
I know.
Where were you?
Oh, well,
Never
just
help
text.
out.
Just
No.
text. Just text.
No,
Oh,
no,
just
it's
text.
fine.
Just text.
Let me know what you need.
Okay. All right. Come
Yeah.
fix my gardens. Oh, wait. Okay. Actually, hold
Okay.
on. And then we'll go to break.
Wait, because your plant is still alive.
It is still alive.
Update.
It has a
Update.
giant
How many of
flower.
them?
Giant flower on top
the
of
pumpkin.
it.
We're talking.
The pumpkin.
Okay. Yep.
Huge flower on it.
And it does have some little.
It has
pumpkins?
a bunch of little the
Buds?
sphere things. Yeah.
Yeah. So those would be, and if this warm weather keeps going, get a pretty good shot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have pumpkins by December.
They're
You
pretty
could do
much
from the ground up from my backyard.
frozen pumpkins.
Yeah.
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 Typically, though, you got a late start because we got a late
Yeah. We
start.
were
Yep.
6 weeks behind. Yeah.
So yeah, when are people out
they're
there
in.
seeing
They're in.
seeing them?
Yeah, the pumpkins are in. Depending on
Already?
when you planted them, they're in. At the farm, they went in a little late, so there's some great big ones this year. Had to water because it was so dry.
How are things looking in the 13 Wham gardens?
It didn't. It got stuck behind the sunflowers.
Oh no, not just the pumpkin.
Oh,
Everything else.
the sunflowers just opened, which is kind of cool. Way late in the season for that, so that's fun. But yeah, we'll have some.
Everything else was delayed.
It was delayed. Yeah.
We had the pool. It was a whole-
The 13 Wham swimming pool.
Oh yeah, that
the
was
backstroke.
a quick install, and then it went away 2 days later.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, McLean.
Mud
thank you.
bath.
Yeah, it was.
Don't go anywhere. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. 8:30 this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We're continuing our coverage of some breaking news out of Macedon this morning. A large first responder presence around Hance Road and Route 31F.
Chris Lopez is live there this morning at the scene. Chris, have you learned any new information? Are there any developments in this story?
Yeah, so we just got a major development by Sheriff Milby of Wayne County Sheriffs. Bear with me, it was just a few minutes ago, actually. He told us that about 4 o'clock this morning, they received a call that a car had gone off the road here and into the pond. All first responders responded to that, and just a few minutes ago, they actually found that car in the pond and that there was a woman inside that vehicle. And now it is a recovery effort to recover the body out of that vehicle. Those are the major updates that we had for this morning. They're asking us to, in terms of identifying that woman, they're telling us to execute extreme discretion because they have yet to identify the family and next of kin of that woman. Guys, back to you.
And Chris, there was a pretty large first responder presence there, which we are seeing right now in video. Has the scene kind of calmed down a little bit? Are there crews that are leaving the scene now that the car's been discovered? Or is it still pretty active there?
No, Abby, no, actually the scene has kind of ramped up in a way. They've really taken to covering this entire scene. They've moved a few cars in the way of where you can see where you would be able to see the pond right now. It wasn't like that earlier this morning. There were bits and pieces where we could see through and we could see what was going on. But within the last hour, I believe, and that's probably when they identified that car in there, they started to move cars in place so we couldn't see anything. I tried to get a better vantage point in different spots, but we were told we couldn't be in certain places and they would move cars in front of us so they would block our view of that. So in a way it did ramp up. No more first responders did arrive on the scene, but they all seemed to congregate around a certain area, and I believe that's where they found that car at.
And Chris, just to confirm, we don't know how that vehicle ended up in the water, correct? We don't know the circumstances surrounding that, I should say.
No, Dan, that's a good question, but the sheriff did not elaborate on that. He was very brief in what he told us. He gave us the facts and just the facts, and he said that additional information would be put out in a press release later today.
All right, Chris, last question. And, I know that you just learned that information just a couple seconds before we went on the air, so I appreciate you listening to these questions and answering them the best you can. Curious to know who made the 911 call. Was it anybody inside the car? Was it somebody, a passerby, another driver on the road? Did the sheriff give any information related to that?
Yeah, that was actually a question that came up, and the sheriff did not respond to that question. He said that would come out later in the press release.
Okay.
All right, Chris Lopez live at that recovery scene in Macedon for us this morning. Thank you, Chris.
All right, much more to come this morning on ARC Rochester. Behind the Story coming up after the break.
And don't forget, you can watch us wherever you're headed today. We are streaming live on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. ARC Rochester returns on the other side of the break.
want to take you behind the story now as local health officials are refuting President Trump's claims regarding acetaminophen and pregnant women.
President Trump saying the use of acetaminophen, the main ingredient in Tylenol during pregnancy, could be linked to a higher risk of autism.
The president and the health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., recommending pregnant women limit using those drugs.
As 13 WHAM's Stephen Pappas explains, many health officials say the announcement comes with no scientific backing.
Local health experts are pushing back after a controversial announcement by President Trump and Health Secretary RFK Jr. on Monday.
So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. You know, the way I look at it, don't take it. Don't take it. There's no downside in not taking it. So ideally, you don't take it at all. But if you can't tough it out, or if there's a problem, you're going to end up doing it.
To think that autism is caused by one thing is really naive, and it's just wrong. Autism is a complex disease.
The president says the FDA will start notifying physicians immediately to stop recommending the drug acetaminophen to pregnant women unless in the case of high fever and would pose a risk to the fetus, linking it to an increased risk of autism.
I think people think that pregnant women are just like popping Tylenol 3 times a day. That would be very rare. I worked in OBGYN for 14 years, and women tried so hard not to take medications during pregnancy. They would agonize over every Tylenol, every Sudafed, or whatever else they needed to take for whatever symptom they were having.
Leading medical groups say there have been dozens of large studies over the decades, none of which found acetaminophen to cause autism. Ontario County Director of Public Health Kate Ott says the press conference and its alleged findings are concerning.
We used to be able to trust the CDC, the ACIP, the FDA, and Health and Human Services. They have been the gold standard for my whole career in public health. We can no longer trust them explicitly.
The Monroe County Department of Public Health also releasing a statement refuting the president's remarks, referencing a 2024 study of nearly 2.5 million people that does not support a causal link between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and autism. Ott says she trusts Tylenol for pregnant women.
If I had a pregnant person in my life, I would have no qualms about them taking it. In some instances, it's more dangerous not to take medication. So an early pregnant person, particularly with a fever, needs to treat that fever.
Stephen Pappas, 13 WHAM News.
This announcement, this news comes, as you heard, it's rather controversial, but we know that when RFK Jr. First testified before Congress after his nomination, he did tell Congress that he was going to announce the cause of the uptick in autism by the month of September.
Yep. Yeah, and that obviously is what we just heard there. The Department of Health, I just want to wrap this up, says it will launch a nationwide public service campaign to inform families and protect public health. They say they'll also initiate the process to change safety labels on the drug. The company that makes Tylenol said it strongly disagrees with the White House's claims. And then, one other thing from the press conference with the president, I want to read the quote word for word that he said during the press conference. We've heard many scientists come forward saying, where is the research? Where is the backing? He said, quote, I'm just making these statements from me. I'm not making them from these doctors because when they talk about, different results, different studies, I talk about a lot of common sense. And they have that too. They have that too a lot. So it'll be very interesting to see if they come up with research that actually supports these claims. Interested to see what avenue that goes.
Sure. I believe we do have more sound from the president statements he made on Monday. Ashley, if we can pull that up.
This is a very strong recommendation, maybe stronger from me than from the group because they're waiting for certain studies. I just want to say it like it is. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born.
And we do know one of the upsides to taking Tylenol is fever reduction.
Yes.
And we've heard that from some scientists as well, some doctors saying, you know, the reason that many pregnant women are taking Tylenol when they are pregnant is because they're sick, because they have a fever, which we know can obviously endanger their lives and the baby's life as well.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that people and healthcare professionals especially find most concerning is that we make this announcement prior to having the data. Instead of waiting for the studies, waiting for any sort of results, we're just making a blanket statement about acetaminophen, something that has been around now for decades. Yeah, it's understandably so that there's pushback from, you know, the larger medical community.
Yeah, and, you know, from people on the other side of the aisle as well. Governor Tim Walz, Minnesota, obviously weighing in. You may have seen those on social media. I believe we have sound from him. Let's take a listen.
As governor and as a parent and as a teacher of someone who's in there, the outrageous and totally reckless press conference blaming acetaminophen for autism is without any scientific merit, with any backing. It is going to cause incredible problems and doesn't get at the heart of anything, if I might say. And again, don't listen to me, listen to your doctor on this.
And again, we know that RFK Jr. For a long time has spoken out against vaccinations. And I believe at one point he did say that vaccines may have been the cause behind the rise in autism. But that is not what we found out from his office and from the office of the president just this past Monday.
You're absolutely right, though, when it comes to findings that we hope will be released very soon.
Yeah.
Before any kind of additional steps are taken regarding acetaminophen, pregnant women, Tylenol, this whole debacle that is now formed. You know, I think a lot of people would like to see the numbers. They would like to see the data. And, you know, before any other steps are taken, I think people deserve to know.
Absolutely. This, of course, is something we will continue to follow for you right here on ARC Rochester and over on 13 WHAM as well.
When ARC Rochester returns, we're sitting down with the VA of the Finger Lakes to talk more about their ongoing initiative.
We're back right after this. 8:47 this morning. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, a time to raise awareness, share resources, and remind people they are not alone.
Suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S., and for veterans, it ranks 12th. This morning, we're joined by Kelley Mormon, the Suicide Prevention Coordinator, lead with the VA Finger Lakes Healthcare System, to talk a little bit more about how the VA is helping to save lives, helping our veterans. Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You've been on the show before to discuss this exact initiative.
Yes.
For somebody who's unfamiliar, break it down for us.
So we always try to raise awareness anywhere we can and to let everybody know that you don't have to be a trained professional or clinician to help save someone's life. It could be something as simple as just checking in to say, how are you doing? Or you look down, are you okay? So just really asking that question to check in. I always try to say that's one kind of good thing that came out of COVID was that people learned to check in with people and check in on their mental health. So that's been a great thing. We just always want to spread the awareness and let someone know, especially our veterans, that they're not alone, and you don't have to go through this alone, that we're here to help. So,
what do you do if you know someone and you do that little check-in? You say, hey, how you doing? And you can see that they're not hanging in well.
You can always offer to either take, to have them check in if they have a therapist, check in with them. You can always call the hotline together. So just by dialing 988 and pressing 1, you can get to the Veterans Crisis Line. You can call together and the responders will gladly talk with you, but they'll also want to talk with that person too, to make sure to see if there's anything that we can do to help keep them safe. We can always walk into the clinics too when we're open. The behavioral health clinics always have walk-in hours to just come in and talk with somebody. So
I think so often people have the mindset of, I can just tough it out. I'm stronger than this and I don't need help. I don't need to talk to anyone.
Right.
I've got this, no worries. Even if they say that to somebody, what are some of the warning signs that people should be mindful of?
Well, we always want to check in. I mean, certainly changes in behavior. So whether someone's really outgoing and, like we always see in the movies, they're kind of withdraw, they're giving things away, but it could be the opposite too. They could be usually very withdrawn and suddenly going out or using substances or taking risky behaviors, doing things like that. Rage or anger sometimes, that's one I never thought of when I first came into this job, just because they could be trying to push people away. So like no one will care anymore if I'm not here. And then, certainly talking about suicide or dying and arranging things that way too are big, huge warning signs too.
And we all know that when you're in that, you may feel that way, that no one will care if I'm gone. But we know that that is so far from the truth.
Yes.
And especially for the men and women who have worked so hard and, sacrificed so much for the love of country. We owe them a great deal of debt to be there for them in that time of need.
Absolutely. And the other thing is too, people don't think, well, no one cares about me, it won't matter. The average estimate is that for every person who dies by suicide, 135 people are impacted by that death. Wow. So it's kind of that ripple effect that comes out. So people they may not have thought of, people they went to school with or elementary school or grew up with, not to mention certainly first and foremost your family and close friends, but.
Yeah, very true. And one thing that we mentioned in the introduction there, the 12th leading cause of death for veterans. Why do you think that is?
I mean, certainly they see a lot more than our average men and women do. Our civilians. They're have gone to war. They've come back. They've seen sometimes some very horrible things. Extended periods of time away from family. And sometimes it's that coming back and not having that really close-knit group of people that you served with too. And trying to kind of forage back through, how do I do this again? How do I go back to daily life? I had a veteran once tell me that it was like when you're overseas and you're serving, you're going on a speeding freight train and then you come back and the brakes go on, like everything's slowed down, and how do I not, be on high alert all the time? in the morning and going to work and coming home at 4 and,
Right.
right.
Switching back into that
Yeah.
normal life.
Right.
Absolutely. For someone sitting at home, they want to learn more about suicide awareness prevention or what the VA has to offer. Where do they go?
They can always go to, certainly our VA Facebook page has great information on it. They can always go to veteranscrisisline.net, and that has a whole bunch of information about how to spread the word, how to put logos on, or banners on your own social media pages, things to look for. Another great resource, too, is certainly the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, who we partner with a lot, too. And they have a lot of information on there, too. So we have some great resources and websites available for people looking to help.
No one is alone.
No.
Thank you so much for your time this
Thank
morning.
you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Time right now, 8:53. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this.
Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour. Stephannie Joseph will be here breaking down some of our top political stories.
Yeah, she joins us now from the live desk with a preview of what's ahead at 9. Hey there, Steph.
Hey there, guys. In today's Political Pulse, we're breaking down President Trump's remarks at the UN General Assembly. I speak to a history professor to discuss what they could mean for global partnerships and ongoing wars. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. ARC Rochester returns after this. Welcome back at 9 o'clock. We are following some breaking news out of Macedon. A large first responder presence around Hants Road and Route 31F. Our Chris Lopez has been live there all morning and has the latest details for us. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, major development probably within the last half hour. So Sheriff Milby of Wayne County Sheriff's briefed us, and he said that they found a car in that pond as well as a woman who was deceased. They got the call at about 4 o'clock this morning about a car that went off the road and into the pond here on Macedon Center Road. First responders, including Wayne County Sheriff's, Macedon Fire, as well as EMS, got there as soon as they could. Now, they've been searching this pond all morning long. We've been here since about 5:10, 5:15, and there have been drones here. There have been scuba divers. There have been more cars than there is now, probably another dozen or so more than there is now. And about a half hour ago is when they came and told us that they found the woman inside who was deceased, as well as that car in the pond. Now, as of now, they are in the process of removing that car from the pond and notifying her next of kin as well. And they've asked us to exercise extreme discretion, so we will not be showing the car or anything like that. And there are still a lot of questions that need to be answered, like who this woman is and what factors played into this accident here. And the sheriff told us that information will come out in a press release later this morning. Steph, back to you.
And Chris, just really quickly, for anyone that may be traveling in that direction, it appears that the roadway may be open. Is that the case?
Yeah, the roadways are open east to west. That happened probably about 2 hours or so ago. This is a residential area, so there are homes that go alongside this road here, so they are letting traffic come through.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. And this is a story that we will, of course, continue to follow for you and bring any updates as they become available right here on air and online at 13wham.com.
9 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, September 24th. Thanks for staying with us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Mark McLean back with us once again with another look at the forecast, the muddy pause forecast, and the answer to weather trivia.
Yeah, an interesting weather trivia because this is the 8th anniversary of the latest heat wave in the history of Rochester. How about that? That sounds funny when you're in fall. Right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about that. So in the summer of 2017, we didn't have any days of 90-degree heat. We had 6 days that year. We had 2 of them in the spring and 4.
Come on.
All the responses are already in. You guys already had your guesses.
Yes, we did. And yes, it's 4. It's B, right?
You knew the answer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to get 6 around here, isn't it?
It is.
It's also pretty hard for you to not give away the answer.
Well, so we had a lot of fun with this one. So this went from the 24th through the 27th. Meteorologist Scott Hetzko and I went out in our weather tracker, and we handed out Freezy Pops. We went to like the putt-putt golf thing.
Look at that.
And we went and got some ice cream. We were on Facebook Live. And we said, well, you know, heat doesn't hit this time of the year like it does in other times of the year.
No.
So every single day was 91 degrees. Every single day. What are you laughing at?
I'm just you.
You're laughing
Yeah.
at me.
It's funny to see you. That's all.
So, but I mean, 4 straight days of 90s in September is pretty remarkable, right?
How many ice creams did you buy for people?
I think we gave out, the problem was they were melting so fast. We went to Durand Eastman Beach, handed some out there. Then we went to the mini golf that's up there, the oldest one in America. I don't know if you've ever been up that way. It's on Culver. It's a pretty cool stop. It's actually a very challenging course.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Went there and handed out some, and then where did we end up? We ended up back close to home here. I think right around the corner there was
It was
nice.
just soup by the time.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone was
we were
happy.
done.
Everyone
Yeah, I'm
was
sure
happy
they
to
were.
have it.
I'm
It was
sure they
fun.
were.
It was
That's a
good.
fun memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that pop up yesterday. I was like, oh, wow, this is a lot of fun. What are we talking? Muddy Paws? Is that what? Yeah. What's the name of that thing that dog ate?
It's a kuchen.
A kuchen. What? Describe this.
It's a pastry.
I've never heard of it.
From what I can tell, so it's shaped like a ring, at least the way my mom used to make it.
Okay.
And it would alternate between, I think, she used to do like cherry and like a cream cheese frosting.
Oh, okay.
Sold.
So the backstory on this one, Captain, who's pictured here, actually ate one of those.
I don't blame him.
Right off the counter.
So this is like the after picture, you know, the next one that got brought home.
Yup.
They snapped a
Yeah.
picture of pup there.
He
with
doesn't even regret it. He's
No.
like, I'd do it
No.
again.
No
In fact,
regrets.
I'll do it right now. How
Yeah.
about that?
leave the tongue
Listen,
hang out.
he
He's like,
better
"Turn your
have
back-
gotten a piece of this one at least.
Turn your back and this thing's gone, and
Yeah.
the box it's in.
You know, they have such short lives. You just want to give them everything.
That's
Can't blame
unbelievable.
him.
No.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have some wet paws tomorrow morning, but all the rest of the days in the forecast are dry. And you know, this has been a trend since early July, drying out in western New York. And this is going to carry into next week. Not only is this going to carry into next week, but this may go well into October, this weather pattern that we're locking into. It's going to be substantially warmer than normal and substantially drier than normal, really for at least the next 2 weeks in western New York. So dry to very dry. We'll get an update on that drought monitor tomorrow from the drought monitor, and expect that moderate drought to expand in its footprint in western New York. But 63 now. We started the day at 59 degrees this morning. No wind to mix things up, so that did generate some fog, especially east of Rochester. We're seeing some of the visibilities come back up closer to the city, but the visibility is still down there. When you get to Penn Yan and Williamson, some of those spots still have very, very limited visibility this morning. Now, satellite radar, pretty quiet here, just clouds, and a couple of breaks in those clouds west of Rochester. But some of the rain that you see back to the west, that's going to be filling in late this evening and overnight tonight. So it's a mainly dry forecast through the afternoon. Can't rule out an isolated shower, but late this evening and overnight, pretty good chance that we get a few showers going, and maybe even another one into the early afternoon there for Thursday before things start to, again, dry out. Golf forecast today looking pretty good for you. The temperature moves back through the 70s. We'll be at 74 this afternoon. It stays mainly dry. Tonight, expect a few showers. You may hear those outside the window. 63, that's a mild night for this time of the year. That's more like July. And the extended forecast is going to keep those temps well above normal right through next week, and very dry. This is our transition season. So
Yeah.
usually the weather forecasts become more challenging in mid to late spring and mid to late fall. So we're kind of moving towards that area, but the forecast confidence in this 7-day forecast is pretty high.
Okay.
So
That's good.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the month of October, like in general?
I think it's going to end up warmer than normal and drier than normal, but the back half of the month, a lot of it depends on the hurricane season, okay? So if the hurricane season seems to be heating up a little bit, and it depends on where those track as to how long a pattern like this can stick around. So right now, high pressure's been blocked up and sitting over eastern Canada. If the hurricanes start rounding the base of that Atlantic ridge and coming into the Gulf of Mexico or the East Coast, that can actually prolong our periods of warmth, but not necessarily the dry weather.
Well, she's only asking because she starts her Halloween celebration on October 15th.
Yeah, I forgot.
This is true.
And
Really?
2 weeks before, 2 weeks after.
Will there be invitations this year?
Maybe.
And tickets?
I don't know. You're going to be nice?
Tickets. Charge at the door.
That's a good idea, actually.
I will say this to add on to, we were talking about the forecast. 2017, by the way, that the winter that went into that with this 4-day stretch of warmth, 120 inches of snow.
There it is. Doom and gloom.
Yep.
Gotta get it in there.
Gloom, McLean. Yep.
All right, much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, we're looking ahead to an upcoming gala for heroes.
Get out of here, will you? And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We are back after this. 9/11 this Wednesday morning. Hey, get ready because Tuesday night is a night, or get ready for a night in Tuscany, he tried to say, without ever leaving Rochester, because the cancer support community at Gilda's Club is gearing up for its annual Heroes Ball Gala.
Yeah, the celebration is a night of music, dancing, and auctions, all to raise money for families impacted by cancer. Joining us this morning for more, we have the event's co-chairs Rosa La Delfa and Rob Poltrino. Thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate it, both of you. Let's first talk a little bit about the event and all the great things that people can expect at it.
So the event is on Friday, October 3rd. It starts around 6 o'clock. There's going to be a nice happy hour. But really, the event itself is about just celebrating all the heroes in our community.
Well, there are so many.
There are, and I mean, defining a hero is really challenging. It's somebody going through cancer, it's a relative, it's a friend, it's a child, it's a parent, it's anything you could want it to be. But the event itself is going to be, full of live auctions, silent auctions, and all the money stays here in Rochester. As board members, Rosa and I spend a lot of time working with people and our organization to make sure that we're being the best stewards of our community we can. And we're really proud to be serving, really Western New York. I know it's cancer support community of Rochester, but we're supporting people in the Southern Tier, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse. So we're really hitting a pretty wide geographical market in a small footprint.
For someone who may be unfamiliar with the work of cancer support community, remind them of all of the incredible stuff you do.
So Cancer Support Community was started in 1959, and it's an organization, but it's more than an organization. It's a community, it's a family. It's about providing support and resources for our heroes who are going through cancer. But it's not just those that are going through cancer, but those who've survived cancer, the families, from young adults to young children to everyone in between. And it's also putting forth programs to help them, because it's about bringing families that are going through the same hardships and going through those emotions and the turmoil. All of a sudden you get a phone call or something happens and you have cancer, and what's next? And knowing that Cancer Support Community is out there to offer that support and those resources and the activities and the programs that are member driven, it's so important. And on top of that, it's not just the programs, but as you know, we're having shortages of food and healthy food. So earlier this year, we started the food pantry, providing non-perishable nutritional food so that we can also support them from another level. So it's more than just an organization. It truly is a family. It's a community helping heroes help heroes, and it's about the community coming together as one to help those in our community. And like Rob said, it's the heroes. It's not just Rochester. It's the surrounding counties from, Syracuse to Rochester and everything in between.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about the event. A night in Tuscany. Sounds beautiful. Sounds like it's going to be a really lovely time. Tell us about it.
Well, you've got two people who are co-chairs with very Italian last names, so expect some interesting banter. But in all seriousness, yeah, we're going to hear from some folks that are going to tell their own stories. There's going to be laughing. There's probably going to be some tears. There's going to be some introspection. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a great event for any walk of life, any career, anything, just because there's so much that we don't know. One of the things that anybody who gives that night should know is that every single dollar that goes in stays in Rochester, but most importantly, all the services that we offer are free to the people that come in. So whether it's mental health counseling, whether it's the food pantry, whether it's, some physical activity, whether it's, getting connected with oncologists or whatever groups that are there, all of that is included. So as much as I'm excited about the event, I'm really excited about what the event culminates in, is everybody coming together to help our community. And Rochester being one of the most philanthropic communities in the country, I'm just really excited to see what we're able to do.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing the details about the Heroes Gala. We'll make sure to post all of that information on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning. But more importantly, thank you for the work you do at Cancer Support, because it's greatly needed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Time right now, 9:16. When we come back, Steph will be here breaking down some of our top political headlines.
Your Political Pulse coming up next.
It's time for a political pulse check here on ARC Rochester. The UN General Assembly is preparing to reconvene this morning following President Trump's latest remarks. Now, Trump praised his policy decisions in the speech. His remarks also focused on criticism of the UN. At one point, he said the organization has, quote, tremendous potential, but it's not even close to living up to that. He went on to say the UN only seems to write empty words and letters that don't solve wars. Two major conflicts the body is grappling with are the ongoing Israel-Hamas war and the Ukraine-Russia war. Several countries decided to recognize Palestinian statehood to promote a two-state solution to the war. But President Trump is pushing back against that.
Some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities. Instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now.
And earlier this week, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he's vowing to fight back against the UN's recognition. And for more on the ongoing conflict and President Trump's remarks at the General Assembly, I'm joined now by history professor at SUNY Empire State, Ian Reifowitz. Good morning to you.
You again, Stephannie. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. So there is a lot to get into here. I first want to start with a generalized overview, a look at the remarks made here. It was basically focusing on a lot of positivity when it comes to his policy decisions. Is that typically the message that we hear from presidents when they give this speech?
So President Trump is different from other presidents in a lot of ways, and that's a fairly blanket statement. But you're right in asking that question. U.S. presidents don't typically go to the UN and talk about how great they are. But that is what he did yesterday. He actually said, I believe, and this is a quote, "I'm really good at this stuff, And then he also criticized his colleagues, his fellow heads of state, and said, your countries are going to hell. It's not diplomatic in the most direct sense of the word. President Trump is not generally a diplomatic kind of president. So I think we've all gotten somewhat used to seeing him talk this way, but in front of the United Nations, in front of the rest of the world, it's still a shock, at least to those leaders and those people who aren't used to hearing him speak on a daily basis like we are.
And speaking of diplomacy, I want to turn now to the ongoing conflicts, but specifically the Israel-Hamas war. We had heard his response to those countries that are choosing to recognize Palestinian statehood. I've heard some analysts say that that's largely symbolic unless the U.S. decides to also recognize Palestinian statehood. What about the U.S. would make it a crucial part of that recognition?
Well, the United States has far more influence over Israeli policy than any other country in the world, probably than all the other countries of the world combined. But at the end of the day, recognizing a Palestinian state is a symbolic act, which means it's not an act that changes anything on the ground. At this point, what's happening is that Israel is fighting a war, mostly at this point on one front, although there are some military actions on other fronts, but mostly on one front, and that's with Gaza. And what's going to change is that Israel and Hamas decide that this war is going to end, and that's not going to have anything to do with Palestinian statehood. Hamas is never going to be part. I don't see how Hamas could end up being part of a Palestinian state anyway. So either Israel will get what it says it wants, which is Hamas to surrender its arms and leave, for its leadership to leave Gaza, and then also to return the hostages, or it'll be forced to compromise on some of that. But at the end of the day, this is really between Israel and Hamas. So unless the United States, for some reason, took action that would make it more difficult for Israel to continue in its war, no recognition by France or Belgium, or even by the United States itself, unless it changed its policy, it was really going to affect that much.
All right. And another conflict that I want to talk about as well is the war in Ukraine that is going on. President Trump had a lot that he said specifically about this. He hosted a bilateral meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as well. I want to turn now to a statement specifically that he had posted on Truth Social. We'll see if we can pull that up here so I can read that to you. But he said, quote, "I think Ukraine, with the support of the European Union, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back in its original form with time, patience, and the financial support of Europe, and in particular NATO. The original borders from where this war started is very much an option." That kind of seems like a bit of an about face, because we know that previous proposals from the U.S. had apparently wanted some concessions when it came to land. So what about this moment? President Trump saying this, kind of having a change of heart for this. How would it impact the decisions made in terms of solving this conflict?
Right. It's just a bit of an about face. At the end of the day, again, it's about U.S. policy. He has talked pretty harshly about Russia recently. Within the last 24, 48 hours, talked about Russia being a paper tiger. He almost seemed to say that Russia was not as strong as it thinks it is. And if it had been a real military power, I think that's the phrase used, if it had been a real military power, it could have conquered Ukraine relatively quickly. He had a good meeting with Zelensky of Ukraine yesterday. He has talked about the U.S. ramping up sanctions on Russia, which could have an effect. But he gave himself an out, or he made a condition, depending on how you want to look at it. He said that the U.S. will support stronger sanctions on Russia if all of Europe stops buying Russian oil completely. And this is a piece of his broader global position, because he's talked about India, also China, also buying Russian oil. Now, the tricky thing there is only really two European countries that are buying any significant amounts of Russian oil, and that's Hungary and Slovakia. So I guess you could say some critics are saying that Trump is giving himself an out. He has strong influence over Hungary. He has some influence over Hungary because Viktor Orban is a right-wing president, and they're somewhat allies. Slovakia is also on the right-wing spectrum and is allied with Orban closely and thus with Trump. So could Trump tell Hungary and Slovakia, hey, stop buying Russian oil and then we can work together on this? Maybe. But he's not doing it that way. He's sort of doing this diplomacy or this strategy in public. If the European Union, which includes Hungary and Slovakia, really did stop buying Russian oil, and then Trump went along and kept his word here and increased sanctions on Russia, that could have an impact. He's still not going to go back, apparently, to giving Ukraine weapons, but he is willing to sell more weapons to Europe, which can then give them to Ukraine, as they've been doing in recent weeks.
Well, this is something we'll continue to pay attention to as it develops, of course. I know that President Trump has been outspoken on social media, so I'm sure right there will be where he makes any major announcements. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Always a pleasure, Stephannie.
And be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We're back after this. Now to some breaking news out of Macedon that we've been following all morning. A large first responder presence around Hants Road and Route 31F. Our Chris Lopez is at that scene with the very latest. Chris, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Steph, we were briefed about an hour ago by Sheriff Milby from Wayne County Sheriff's, and he told us that about 4 o'clock this morning, a car went off the road and into the pond here on Macedon Center Road. First responders, including Wayne County Sheriff's, Macedon Fire, as well as EMS, got here as soon as they could. They have been searching this pond all morning long, and about an hour ago, they recovered that car and found a woman who is deceased inside of it. Right now, they're in the process of recovering that car. In terms of, there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. They told us that those will be answered in a press release later this morning. I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for being out there live all morning, bringing us the very latest. Appreciate it. And this is, of course, a story we'll continue to follow for you right here on air and online at 13wham.com.
9:30 this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. This weekend, get ready for girl power, violins, and a whole lot of rock and roll because the Femmes of Rock are coming to Canandaigua.
The group is known for taking classic rock and heavy metal music to a whole new level. Joining us this morning for more on the upcoming show, we have violinist and Western New York native Nina DeGregorio. Did I get that right, Nina? Help me out here.
Di Gregorio, but you can just say Nina D.
Well, Nina, I wanted to get it right, so apologies for stumbling there. A Western New York native, my friend. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Lewiston, New York, originally, about 25 minutes north of Buffalo.
Oh, that's beautiful there. Very good. And you must be excited to come to Canandaigua and play. Tell us a little bit about Femmes of Rock.
We are very excited. So I started this group a few years back because of my love of classic rock guitar players. So I taught myself how to play solos by guitar players such as Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, Alex Lifeson from Rush, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, and I wrote arrangements with an electric string section and a live rock band that includes singing, some vocals, and of course the violinists covering all these guitar parts, which you usually don't associate with violin.
Nina, I need to ask you about that collection of guitars that we see hanging in the background of your shot over your left-hand shoulder. That is a mighty large collection, my friend.
Yes, so between my husband and myself, we play most of the instruments, and it's usually, I think most of the basses are mine and most of the guitars are his, except for the Stratocaster in the front there. That one's mine. So we have a full studio here at our house, and I apologize. It's still dark here in Las Vegas right now, believe it or not. So the lighting's a little bit funny. But yes, we have a full studio, and between the two of us, we play most of the instruments.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to know your thoughts. I think so often people just assume the violin goes hand in hand with classical music, the opera or the symphony or whatever. But you guys are really kind of paving the way for this fun new way of looking at the violin. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think a lot of people don't associate the violin with rock music, and a lot of people don't associate females with rock music. So in a lot of ways, we're doing something that's quite unique that you don't really see that often. And if you've seen my eruption video that you're showing on the screen right now, I've actually figured out how to do a lot of guitar techniques such as finger tapping on the violin. And it's really difficult to distinguish between the violin and the guitar when it's played in that way.
When did you start to dabble in that? Taking one instrument that's not typical to a particular genre of music and seeing if you could apply it.
I think it was about when I was 13 years old. I remember a distinct moment walking into the living room, and my dad was watching a documentary on the first Woodstock, the original Woodstock, and I saw Jimi Hendrix do the Star Spangled Banner. And the next day I got home from school and plugged my electric violin into my dad's Marshall amp, and when my parents got home from work, I said, hey, look what I can do, just like Jimi Hendrix, and practiced with getting feedback out of the amp with the violin and overdrive and things like that. And I think that was the first moment where I decided that I wanted to do something like that.
That's so cool.
I love that memory.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And, Western New York native, I'm sure that your whole family is so proud. Are they going to be coming to the show?
They might be coming to the show. My mom's actually just coming back to the country from visiting Austria, so they might be there. But I'll definitely have some family there for sure.
Well, and I imagine, does that add to the nerves, or does that help settle the nerves when you know you've got family in the audience?
Oh, no, it's always fun to have my family in the audience. I grew up with all of them in every single classical concert I ever had, starting at 6 years old, probably. So when I get to come home and have my family in the audience again, it reminds me of when I was little and I had all of my support there all the time.
Terrific.
Yeah, and you have company there on the stage as well. Tell us about the other women you play with.
So the other performers, actually Ellie, the one who is on the left in that poster, she's originally from the Rochester area. So she's going to be coming home for a homecoming concert, even more than me from Buffalo, because she's from right there. So she's very excited, and her parents will definitely be in the audience. And our other violinist, Christina, originally from Palm Desert, but she's played with a lot of artists like the Eagles, and Pitbull and Adele and people like that. And so our band is full of talented people. Our backing band is comprised of, from Blue Man Group Las Vegas, our drummer is Jeff Tortora. our bass player, Mike Kelley, also originally from Buffalo, New York, and our guitar player, Jay Neubauer from Niagara Falls, New York, who we found him online. I didn't know him from living in that area, and he's an absolute virtuoso. So it's a show you don't want to miss for sure.
I feel like this is kismet. I feel like Abby and I have to go because I am from Niagara Falls. I'm a Niagara Falls kid. Abby is from Buffalo. We're all family.
Definitely. Half our band is from the area too. So if you want to go, just let me know. You haven't seen anything like it yet, I guarantee.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I'm sure.
And this is definitely inspiring. What's your message to young girls out there watching this, maybe thinking, okay, I love playing the violin. I really don't like regular old orchestra class. Maybe that's an avenue I'd like to pursue. What's your message?
Sometimes I do clinics with young students, and I always tell them the same thing. If you put the time in and you practice, even though you may not want to when you're learning the fundamentals, and you really get a good base for the technique on the acoustic violin and for playing classical repertoire scales and etudes, after you do that for a few years, you're going to have the base that you need to branch off and play whatever style you want. And trust me, this job that I have right now, it really beats, a lot of other jobs you could have. So get a good foundation with classical violin first, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Nina D., the Femmes of Rock, September 28th. The show is at 6 p.m. at Fort Hill Performing Arts Center. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Hey, stick around. We still have a lot to get to this morning coming up on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're heading into the kitchen.
We certainly are. And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break.
Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, Wu-Tang Clan. Some things are classics forever. One of those dishes, chicken parm. Now we're gonna do it the classic way with some of our twist, using some great cheeses and a couple other things that is gonna make you wanna roll on out. So what we do is we take some parchment paper and we use a big fat chicken breast, right? And fresh, good chicken rolls out perfectly. So we get it between the parchment paper And the idea here, though, is the thinner it is, the more flavor we can layer on it, because we're gonna have a little bit of a crunch, juiciness, and then the sauce and the cheese are just gonna make you wanna say, hey, yo. So just roll this thing out. Once you got that out, it's gonna be pretty flat, and you're gonna be about a 1/4 inch thick. Now it's time to bread our beautiful chicken. So we use a pan of all-purpose flour. Then we take 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of water, some salt, and cracked black pepper. Then 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. So we get the Parmesan cheese right in there, y'all. Okay, so get flour into all the nooks and crannies. This adds to part of the flavor, the crunch, and what we're trying to do here. After that, shake off the excess flour, put it in our little egg wash, and then finally, the excess off of that, drop it into your dry. And get that nice and coated for this beautiful coating we're doing. Then it goes into put about a cup of olive oil or so into a good pan, heat it up, and we're gonna fry it for 2 minutes each side. Oh, can you feel these classics, right? Golden brown. When you take them out of the pan, put a little bit of salt on it. Every time you fry something, make sure you salt it. So we've got these beautiful things right here. Put them on we use some cooking spray on this pan. You got some homemade sauce, ladle it across so you get a good amount of it, right? So trust me, it'll hold up. The flavor here is gonna hold up to this beautiful sauce. So once you cover it with the sauce, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take some fresh mozzarella, sliced about a 1/4 inch thick, and layer it across each piece. So we're gonna get this melted so you get all this sweetness, the tanginess of the sauce, some of the acid. It's just gonna do something that's just gonna change it for a little bit, you know what I mean? Now it goes in the oven, 400 degrees for 7 minutes. Oh yeah! Got this chicken parm, the ooey gooey cheese. Now to finish this off, we've got some fresh cut basil, right? The sweetness of the basil adds a little bit of flavor that you're not expecting, right? So you've got all this beautiful color, flavor, and just niceness that, man, just feels right. This is a classic done right. When you feel your new favorite musician covering your old favorite musician, their favorite song, that is how we do it. Spatchcock funk, time to class it up. Cut into this thing and see how we did. From Sinatra to Aretha Franklin to Wu-Tang Clan, some classics can't be beat. Chicken parm, that's one of them. Another one, spatchcock funk.
It is time to see what is trending, and we are starting with a stinky situation in South Carolina.
A teaching assistant was arrested after causing a series of disturbances at a high school involving a mysterious odor.
The 32-year-old teacher faces charges of disturbing schools and malicious injury to property after allegedly using poop spray throughout the campus.
According to deputies, the teaching assistant purchased the spray online and used it several times between August 25th and September 19th.
Serious and significant disruptions were reported because the odor allegedly triggered health issues among students and staff, including headaches, nausea, and dizziness.
The use of the spray also cost the district $55,000 in repairs and inspection fees.
Yeah, the district issued a statement to parents saying that the air quality in the school has been tested and there is no danger to students or staff. Why? Why?
I feel like a whole school? Really? You're going to prank the whole school?
Yeah.
I feel like your
Like,
friends,
that's
if you're really feeling like you need to be doing that, but the whole school?
Not even a good prank. Like, you know there's security cameras around the school, because there are. It's 2025. They're going to see you spray it, again, because of those cameras, and then you're going to destroy the air ducts and whatever sort of ventilation system in there.
Does it destroy it, though?
No. I mean, they have to be cleaned, or it's always going to smell. That's what costs $55,000. No. You want to do something malicious like that? Reconsider.
Yeah.
Or make it funny and put like a dead fish in somebody's desk drawer. You know?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, that's weird.
Why? Leave onions out on someone's desk and let them sit there in a container.
For how long?
It's been like 2 months now at this point. And they're just sitting there.
Insane.
No one's noticed. No one's noticed.
Nobody here, that's all I'll say.
No.
Actually, nobody even sits there.
No one sits there, but people walk past that every day. And here's the thing, they're no longer solid onion, it's just liquid. It's liquid. I check it out on a daily basis. It's just liquid. There is a layer of black and white fuzz on the top of the liquid in there, but you would look at it and you would never know what once was in there.
It's so bad.
I didn't do it.
Horrible.
I'm just studying it.
Horrible. All right, we got to move along now. A sushi restaurant in Canada is turning heads, denying to serve 3 specific things.
On the front door of the establishment, the owner has placed a direct disclaimer reading, "We never serve rude people." I'm on board. Intoxicated people. I get it. And in big, bold red letters, extra soy sauce.
The owner, in a seriously long social media post, says this rule is no laughing matter. He justified his position by saying he gets to serve his food the way he wants to, and he shouldn't have to supply extra of something.
Yeah. He also argues that soy sauce is packed with salt and draws out the flavor of sushi, something that he's worked to perfect over 2 decades of training.
He also claimed that when he first opened his restaurant, he willingly gave out extra soy sauce, and none of the customers that had asked for extra came back.
Ah, look at that. He did his own control and study.
Yep.
He then theorized that it was because they had only tasted salt and not how good the sushi was.
He's so committed to denying patrons extra soy sauce that he even said he wouldn't give it to someone who offered him $1,000.
Sounds like this guy's a little salty.
I would drink soy sauce. That's how much I love it.
See, there's just the right amount. And if you go, one drop over, I think it can really ruin the dish.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I've ever reached that point. But it's not like I'm eating soy sauce.
Bottle number 2 gets you to that
no,
point.
I don't go through that much, but I feel like usually I'll dip.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
really put it on anything.
Okay, okay.
I'll usually take the sushi and I'll use
Appropriate way.
Yes. But like for stir fry and stuff, I'll usually just do like a little drizzle and it's enough. But I always think to myself, man, I love soy sauce. I just kind of like whisper it to myself.
Let me just
Yeah, I love it.
chug.
But you know, I get it. I would be so interested to try the sushi.
Yeah.
To see the hype.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ashley, does he give out soy sauce at all, or is it just no extra?
No extra.
Okay, so there's.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a good opportunity to check out how much sodium you're consuming.
Well, and it's also when you go to a restaurant and you order food, it blows my mind when I see people, the plate gets set down right in front of them and they immediately go for salt or pepper and put it on top of the. They've not even tried it. You've not tasted it yet.
Yeah.
How do you know what it needs? You don't.
I've
You
never
don't.
really given it thought.
She's rushing me. Moving on now to a new study that may reveal the true reason why your relationships aren't working out. Okay, I need to pay attention. Read this to me.
According to a new nationwide survey, people found that mess and clutter kills attraction. This doesn't even apply to you.
Does not apply.
Research found over a third of people admitted they found their partner less appealing when clutter got out of hand.
Clutter was characterized as a surplus of dishes in the sink. Nope. Or a pile of laundry that never gets put away or folded. Nope.
The study also found 62% of women will break up with a partner if they are too messy.
Can you blame them?
No.
No. Don't leave the towels on the bathroom floor.
They get gross. Then they smell musty. Do you know how hard it is to get rid of a musty towel smell?
Oh,
It's
you can't. You can't.
Couples in shared living spaces that are more cluttered are 61% more likely to get into arguments.
Ooh, among the results, participants were also asked what was a messy thing a partner had done that led them to end a relationship.
Nearly 1 in 5 people said their partner left socks and underwear scattered around the house.
Gross.
Another chunk of people admitted their partner wears outside clothes straight onto the bed or the couch.
That one's interesting. 38% of people even said they secretly throw away their partner's things if they're taking up too much space.
I know somebody that did that. Others said they've accidentally broken things to get rid of them before.
I've seen that done. Seen that to throw them away? No. If you break it in front of them, then it's like, oh my God, I'm so so sorry.
I have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of clothes.
Any specific clothing by chance?
No,
I don't
he knows enough not to touch them. No?
He doesn't mess around. No.
Yeah,
He would.
doesn't mess around.
I like being very clean.
Yeah.
Obviously, but you know.
Something tells me that one Mrs. McLean sent this story in to us to read specifically.
What?
I'm the neat freak.
You're the neat freak?
Yeah.
Mark says he's the neat freak.
No, I don't know.
I don't.
I feel you're. I don't want to call you a neat freak, but you're neat.
It's a little bit of OCD.
Okay, I'm neat. Mark claims Steph. Steph, listen, we could all room together.
We could.
An Arc Rochester apartment.
I wouldn't want to.
No.
Don't go
too much
anywhere.
time together already.
When Arc Rochester returns, our final thoughts. If we lived together, they really would be our final thoughts.
Gosh, really. We're back after this.
laundry.
Honestly, same.
Boy, you're a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Different college
Wow.
I was like, that's what I was
very
doing.
different college
That
experience.
or grocery shopping.
What?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
On a Friday
Friday night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if not, I'd wake up early Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reconsidering my
We had to
transfer to the ARC morning.
What did you do Friday nights in college?
Lots of things.
Yeah.
I was busy.
Busy.
Not doing laundry.
I had a busy social life.
You did have a
That's
busy
good.
social
I
life.
did.
Very familiar with all of the officers.
He's not denying.
No, he's not. Not denying it. Not denying.
Look concerned, act surprised,
Deny. And if that doesn't work,
Look concerned, act confused, then demand proof.
we are
That's a
always
final
demanding
thought.
proof around here. Hey, that does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 on
13 Wham ABC. Join Steph and Mark later today for 13 Wham News at midday.
Bye.
See ya.